Acting advice for you, 5 things that every single actor should know. Alright, so of course, when it comes to acting, there are a ton of different things that every actor should know. Of course, we try to, simplify it as best as we can, and all my actors who watch my videos are doing well and excelling, and all the positive comments that they give through this channel is great. So it's benefiting people and helping a lot of actors out there, so that's great. But I want to give you guys 5 tips here, and these can be for continuing actors on this channel or new actors just starting out. These are tips that are very important for every actor to know, though not every actor may know some of these tips. And so let's go ahead and get into it. First one that I want to give you all is number 1, do less. Just do less. Everyone thinks that they have to try so darn hard in order to portray a character or try to get their point across, or if they're really angry, they feel like they have to go and yell and scream and say, oh my gosh, I'm so angry, and blah, 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 blah. Do less. I mean, you don't have to do as much as you think that you have to do. In real life, you're not going and jumping around and jumping up and down, screaming at the top of your lungs all the time every time you get mad. But sometimes that tends to be a default for actors, and they think that, well, if it's a scene and I'm angry, well, I better be yelling and acting like I'm angry. The thing is, you don't want to act like you're angry. You want to be believable when people are watching you be angry, so don't try so hard. You don't have to. And if you do try very, very hard, well, then you're just gonna look like an actor who's trying hard and isn't very comfortable in themselves. Tip number 2, if you have costume pieces that relate to the character that you're trying to portray. Now, this can be whether or not you're doing a scene in class, this can be for an audition. You don't have to go all out. Like, for example, if you have to play a cowboy character, well, if you're going to show up to the audition, probably you don't want to have a rope with you and the whole complete cowboy outfit and a cowboy hat. It might be a little much, but you can sure have elements of it. You can have the boots, you can have maybe the belt, maybe the shirt on top a little bit, but you don't want to go full out, but you want to have elements of it, because as people watching the actor go up and do their thing, we believe it much more when we see the elements of the costuming, because we can visually begin to see, oh, okay, I can kind of picture this person being this character. Whereas if you come in and you have to say be a cowboy and you come in a suit and tie, probably it's going to be a lot harder to sell yourself. Even if you're doing great, it's going to be harder to sell yourself. So try to have costume pieces that relatively relate to the character that you're portraying, especially when it comes to auditioning. You're definitely going to want to have elements of the costuming that people can see you being that character in, and it'll be easier to visually picture you as the character you're trying to portray. Number 3, don't focus on your scene partner so much. The reason I'm pointing this one out is because when it comes to acting, and this is more so in a class situation, but even if you're even if you're working on stage and you're in a play or you're in a movie or a TV show, don't worry about the other actor, what they're doing. Don't be like, oh, you have to give me this, you have to give me this for me to react or do this. As an actor, you should be working through all your little habits that you have, and if you find that for you, you need the other actor to be a stimulus for you, well, you just have to be careful. You don't want to rely on them too much, because you're not always going to get great actors. Of course, you want to be listening, so you do want to respond to what the other person is giving you, of course, but you don't want to so heavily rely on the other actor, because that can get you into a bad place. What you want to do is you want to be secure in yourself and not be so worried about what your partner's doing, because you're not then a secure actor. You're more worried about them than your own self, and you should focus on yourself and your character and the work that you do rather than your scene partner. So don't focus on what your scene partner is doing or what they're going to give you. Listen, but don't think, oh, they have to do it this way. If they're doing bad work, the director's going to notice, the instructor's going to notice. Let them tell your scene partner. You don't have to do it. You don't have to say, hey, I don't believe what you're doing right now. It's just, well, why are you doing that? It's just going to cause tension between you and your scene partner, and it's just very unneeded. So simply just say, do your own work, do your work, and let the director fix the other actor. Tip number 4 for you guys, prepare. Now, yes, you can go off of your instincts, and your instincts are very strong, and you want to go off your instincts, but you don't want to get into the habit where you don't prepare and then you say, oh, I'm just going to wing it. Because that, granted, there are times where, sure, it might work and it's not bad, but it's not consistent. And you want to be as consistent as possible, especially when you're auditioning. You don't want to have, well, these auditions were great, these ones were bad. You want to have all your auditions being great and being something that you're proud of. So just prepare and do the work. And if you're an actor who likes to wing it, well, stop winging it, because it's only going to work every so often. Do your work, do the work that you have to do, and just be present, and that'll be very, very helpful and beneficial for you. Tip number 5, the last one for all of you, is to keep continuing to learn. Don't stop. I mean, you can never stop learning, and I think what some actors think is, well, you know, I've done A, B, C, D, you know, I don't have to learn anymore. I know all that I need to know. Don't think that way. Stop thinking that way. Keep continuing to learn. You learn from everything. Every play that you're on, every movie that you're on, every TV show that you're on, you're learning from each set, from each director, from each new actor. Keep continuing to learn and just be open to everything and all the stimulus, and you know, read different books that you've never read before. Read plays. Just keep continuing to learn, because in the long run, it'll help you out so much more. I mean, look, if you don't want to learn and you don't want to keep continuing to develop, then that's okay, but there will be actors out there who will then go beyond you. So just keep continuing to learn and just absorb all the information that you can. So thank you all for watching. Share this video so it helps somebody out. Some of the most important things that you guys can do for me is just sharing the video and allowing other people to see these, and hopefully it helps them out, or if they're lacking something or they're missing something in their acting, or they, like I said, need to learn something new or more. Hopefully with these videos they're able to do that, and acting can be something that is, again, fun and not so stressful or complicated, or we get too heady with things. So share this video, help someone else out, and it's great to know that the word's getting out to more people. For you guys, subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with everything. Go ahead and click that notification bell and you'll be up to date when I post my videos. Every video that I give you guys is here to give you all logical, reasonable, and sound advice. It's never supposed to be anything that gets you too heady or makes things complicated. So anyways, thank you all for watching. You guys are great, and I'll see you all next time.